officially live.
Yay.
Guess what happened this morning?
Today is Saturday. You're still in your house civvies. So you didn't go out and talk to someone. So it has to be do something at home.
No, YouTube fucked me.
You two. What?
Again. YouTube
What
fucked me
happened?
again.
They did a
So
live stream and then what?
no, 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 no. So you know that cuffing episode that we did?
Hmm.
So one of the girls that I work with,
Hmm.
that I got oh god, what was it? The tale that she told. She works for a certain kind of company that sells legal stuff, but apparently it's a controlled medical substance. And because I allowed her, oh shit, can you still hear me?
You're in. You just you clipped or you're clipping,
Yeah.
not clipping, breaking in and out, but you're fine now.
Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Okay, I bumped it. It's being weird. But no, so YouTube decided that it wanted to flag me because she was talking about her business that sold legal things in the state that she was in. And so they flagged
Huh.
it for harmful whatever. Yeah. So the cuffing episode is no longer up, and which means I might have to re-edit a 3-hour fucking podcast to make it eligible for YouTube, and it's pissing me off.
You could just bleep out some parts, I guess. I would think.
To re-edit the whole episode though is kind of a
I don't think you have to
task.
do the I mean, you just whatever you have already out, like whatever you uploaded to YouTube, if you still have that file, you should be able to just edit that, like put that in your editor or whatever you're using, and then put in little beeps whenever she's talking.
To
Not
render
the whole
that
project.
no, not the whole project, but to render a 3-hour video through DaVinci. Have you done that before?
Yeah, but I'm also on an M1 Max, so that's like, whatever the project time is divided by 8, and that's what it'll spit out.
I fucking
Like
hate you.
it would probably be faster for you to upload it to Google, I download it and render it for you, and then back up.
I mean,
I don't know what kind of PC you got.
it only takes me like an hour and a half to render like a 3-hour video,
Hmm.
like an hour and a half. But it's just like
Yeah.
at that hour, I can't do anything. I just can't do anything. So I'm just
Gotcha.
gonna, well, like I can do stuff, but like I feel like I don't want to
It'll
overwork my
slow it
PC.
down.
Yeah, yeah,
So then render it when you go to sleep.
I probably will.
Yeah.
I'm just sad panda about it. Cause I woke so like last night I sent because I told you about that lady that got interested in me, right? I know. Did I tell you or is that Eric?
Which one?
The
Maybe Eric. I don't know.
I a gal liked me on Facebook dating, and like
Oh
now we're
no, yeah,
texting
I've not heard
hardcore.
this one.
Okay, yeah,
What?
yeah, we're like texting hardcore. Like I'm talking for 2 days in a row. She sent me good morning text messages, and the
What?
and the only reason I sent her a good morning text message before today was because I stayed up till like 1 o'clock last night and sent her a good morning message to make sure I
Before
sent her a
you're
good morning. And then she still's like good morning. So but yeah, no, like dude, every chance she gets she texts me something back. It's even if it's just a quick hey, or like lol, that was funny, like it's
Hmm,
insane. Yeah,
that's awesome.
fucking stoked. Fucking stoked. Hi. I'm sorry, I'm a little random today. I know, I know, I apologize.
Oh no, that's fine. It's good to hear, like, progress.
I know,
Because
right?
like I just don't like online dating in general. Because most of the time it's either hookups or nothing.
Well, she was like, she told me that she was about to delete the app, and then she saw that it was because I know you told me to put sapiosexual into my little thing, right? And then I used your little idea for what to put in there and what not to put in there, and she was just like, "Yep, I swiped right on that," and I was like, "Oh," and so I impressed her, and I was like, "Okay, this is going great. I'm happy." Thank you,
And that's a
Gaio.
plus because you actually read the bio too, instead of just going off of pictures.
Looking at
So
this ugly mug.
that's even more helpful.
Oh,
You're
it's
not ugly, bro. I've seen uglier. Dude, I'm gonna show you a picture of some people I know, and I don't want to say it on camera because it'll go out. Like, because if I say their relation to me, then it'll be like, oh, you're talking about me, fucker. So,
Well, if it makes you feel better, she doesn't want to meet up for a little while. Like we're still in the texting phase, which gives me time to
yeah.
grow all this back. You know, yeah, the horrible beard that I had before. I know, I know. It'll get there. It'll get there. So you got your new setup in the background for if YouTube keeps this up. I like it. I like the pink and the blue. It's dope.
Yeah, I've been. This was kind of the idea in the first place, but so the studio I had in the garage, I had moving blankets to kind of block it off.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of dark sections, so the light didn't reflect well on it, and it would only show up on some parts. Then I was always constantly trying to work with different colors and scenarios, and even when I had the little accent lights, the little blues,
Mm-hmm.
the blues that I had up there, the moving blanket would just absorb it. So you'd only see a little bit of pink or blue or whatever color I used on the objects, but because it was black and then the background is blurry, it just kind of it didn't add or help or anything. I don't think so.
It kind of sucks.
I'm liking this now. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah, I like the computer in the background. I like that you just have like all your little miniatures and stuff like that. I think that's also awesome. Oh, what?
I was just going to turn on my screensaver because that was the whole point of this is having it on screen is to have the screensaver act. No,
It's not even on. Oh, there it
it
is.
is.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of can see it.
Preferences. There we go. I don't have. So this is a really old Mac, and this is basically just my shipping station. So all of that stuff is for sale on eBay.
Oh,
Everything
that's
on this
right.
here. These are personal stuffs. And actually, one thing I'm proud of. Do you watch Wheel of Time, or have you been watching Wheel of Time?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God! So it's better than Game of Thrones,
Okay.
but the author died like a decade ago,
That
maybe more.
sucks.
It's been a while. But I have one of his books. And the crazy thing is, I found it in a thrift store, and it's his signature.
He
And it's
like
not personalized or anything.
okay.
So it's just awesome. I was so excited when I found it because it's not like, oh, dear friend so and so or some made up little thing that they had. Best wishes. No, no, no. Just signature. Fine. That's all I really wanted. So,
That's
anyways,
so awesome. Like, is it
now
verifiable that it's his signature?
it compares to what I've seen online, but there's
Okay.
no providence or whatever proving from signature or whatever. But it's good enough for me.
Okay. I'm curious. I've watched too many Pawn Stars. I
You're
know.
right.
Just the dumb little episodes. Um,
Mm.
shit. Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you. I am actually not a fan of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's
That's
too.
fine.
It feels like softcore porn. It does. It feels like it's like a
With a
little bit
really
of
long story.
yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just feels like a little bit of story, and then like, oh, these two guys are gonna fuck or whatever, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I'm sorry, I had like no ideas. I thought so. I was supposed to interview this gal for the parrot episode, right? I've got two
Uh,
interviews out of like five that were supposed to happen, and I'm just like, well, shit. I don't know what to do now. And like I was hoping I could get ramped up with her and like, talk to her about her parrots and like this is the second time we've had to reschedule and it goes out
uh,
next week. So episode
oh, that
100
your
is
100th episode,
yeah,
right?
100th episode is next week.
Oh, fucking awful.
Well, like it's like legitimate, like it's legitimate issues, but like I was hoping that I could like because she felt like she wanted to talk a little bit more than the other two people really did, you know.
Mm.
And so I was like, okay, I can flesh out an episode with her, but it's just been a fucking nightmare, and I'm sorry. What? What are you
I just
doing?
realized the whole point of the setup, or not the whole point, but a big point of the setup, and it's not showing because I changed things.
Okay.
Um, and what I don't like is that it didn't, it didn't save my previous setup, so to
Okay.
speak. So I got to do a quick little move, but you can keep talking. You're still there. I just got to remember which move's what. Okay, there we go.
This is the impromptu podcast brought to you by two guys that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Energy.
Okay. Now everything's there and
Everything's
going. I don't know if you
everything's
can
good.
see it on your end, but you should see the names underneath. Do you see that?
No,
Or did you see me?
I just see you. I just see your
Oh,
beautiful
okay.
face.
That's what I wanted to get working.
Did you
But
did you is it are you using like OBS to mirror your webcam or something like that? Is that what you're doing?
Oh no, I'm using my ATEM Mini Switcher Extreme because ill.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to do. There we
Oh,
go.
that's cool. Yeah, but now that looks weird because we're side
Oh
by
yeah,
side.
because then you're gonna be yours because you're recording for your show. But
Hi
yeah,
guys, what's up? It's two of me. Oh, there's a little bit of lag too. That's disgusting.
okay, there we go. I just wanted to show that off.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I mean, I could do something like that too, but I'm a little lazy, so no. All right, I did want to talk to you about some of the random shit that I find when it comes on Facebook and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up here so that everyone can kind of see it. And I have actually done my homework, and I have actually blurred out their names and faces and stuff like that because I know that can actually get you in trouble. So we're gonna go screen sharing, and we're gonna go screen one because now
They posted it on Facebook.
this is on
Oh,
Facebook.
hello.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
this is a ladies' corset that's on sale for
Hmm.
$30. Um, my question to you is why? Like, why would you post your underwear? You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
There's, and I got to find it because I stumbled upon it and I can't find it again because I don't know the right phrasing. But there's a sub that's like Facebook Marketplace horrors,
Okay.
and it would basically just showing marketplace stuff, but lightly jizzed on or slight squirt on one cushion of a sofa, um, dog fecal stain, whatever. Like it's like really fucked up shit that people are trying to sell on Facebook, and I'm just surprised people think they're going to be able to charge money for it. So
I
I was like,
mean, like,
yeah, that's
if it's your
mm,
fetish, bud, like, yeah, like that's cool and all, but
sure.
all right. So this lady is selling what I can only describe as Celtic wax strip, and that is what she is saying it is. No two are ever alike. You want to know what's coming in the future with a full moon, or maybe you'll conceive soon, or you'll marry your twin. The wax will tell me. They're one of a kind and book yours today for the special price of $22.22. Normal price is either $45 to $65. These are wax strippings that she is selling, and I mean this is one of them, and that's the other one.
They're interesting, but the first one looks like a colon, like a alien, a colonized, not colon, but like colon, fucking
Yeah,
intestine alien. And the purple one looks like a weird or interesting coral or undiscovered mushroom cluster.
I'm like, I can do this with my own, like I'm not gonna buy Gwyneth Paltrow's, vagina candle. I'm not gonna buy that, but like, I could go to Fleet Farm and get like a $2 wax candle that's as big as my freaking arm and make these all day long and sell them for $10. Like, is that what like? I could totally outdeal her for like 10 times the profit. I think it's
Hey,
so
that's
dumb.
just, I don't know, man. People do weird shit, but hey, she's got to have a market if she can charge that much.
What the? Oh, you finally got back to me 2 days later. That's fantastic. I love the Facebook Marketplace people. You t- so the second monitor last night that I got, like I literally just texted a lady and I was like, "Hey, I can be there in 20 minutes," and she's like, "Sure, see you in 20." I was like, "Great." And then you message people and then it takes them like 3 days to respond. It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
So this lady says, free snacks just expired last month. Need gone today. Message me for the address. First come, first serve. Will be at the end of the driveway. Need gone today. Look, I don't even like to eat food that is like a week away from being expired because I'm kind of weird like that. But like, what are you laughing
Okay,
at, Dick?
go ahead. Because that no, 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 I'm not laughing at you. It's just I'll tell you when you're done, and
No,
it'll make sense.
no. Tell me now.
So there's a meme, something about there's two types of people in the world, and one is like, ooh, it's almost expired, and you throw it away. And I look at it, it's 3 months old. I don't see any mold on it. Fuck it, I'll eat it. So that's me. I'll eat whatever. I mean, worst case scenario, I get the shits. Worst fucking case scenario. Um, and then the other one, because it also reminded me of another meme. There's two types of people in the world. There's people that gas tank is on E. It's like, I got another 7 miles. And there's people that it gets to like one, just the line is touching below the middle mark. Oh my God, I got to fill up, you know? So
Yeah.
that's why I was laughing because I was thinking of both of those things at once. So I wasn't laughing at you.
Okay.
But see, the good thing about this mic is I can laugh and I don't have to hide it. I can't hide
Yeah.
it unless I like cover it. So
Yeah. Please. Thank you. Thank you. So my question to you then is: do you eat food that is about to be expired, or are you an iron stomach?
I'm an iron stomach. I none of that is appetizing to me though.
And the
The
cinnamon
only
roll ups
thing
are
that
good. The cinnamon rolls are good. The one in the upper right.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably give those a try. I'm not a fan of the Apple Jacks. I'd eat the grits and the cinnamon rolls. That's
Yeah.
about it. Because the only thing I'm not a fan of chocolate, and Hostess in particular, their bread or their donuts are like drier than they have been
Yes.
before. Like,
Yes.
and then what's the other thing? Um, Also, I mean, it doesn't matter here because, but the bags are the same size, but they don't fill them up as much. Like they just barely cover
Mm,
that little window opening where I
yeah.
remember like 4 or 5 years ago, they'd be
Up to
an
the
inch or
top.
two from the fold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, the cupcakes, the chocolate cupcakes, the original Hostess cupcakes, those are really good on the left hand side there. The grandma's cookies, I can leave them. I can leave or take those. The all vanilla like festive the shit no, and then the baby bunts, dude. Quick Trip's got these amazing lemon donuts that taste like a lemon fucking poppy, like that lemon pound cake from the MREs that was so delicious. Tastes exactly like
oh
that.
God,
Tastes
for
exactly
real?
like that. Yes.
Okay.
I had to
Okay.
stop.
I
I
can get
had to
behind that.
physically stop myself from eating a 6 pack of donuts the other day. Yeah, like I got two in, and I was like, I have to put these away. Okay, yeah, dude. Like, my kind of coming back to it, my stomach is not iron. Ever since I've been dealing with the stomach issues that I've had, like I used to be able to eat some shit, like like pepperonis that were pretty much expired. I could eat that. No, I'd be fine with that. Now, like I eat pepperonis that kind of look like they're going a little bad, and my stomach is like, "Fuck you, you're gonna be sick for the next 3 days. Good luck."
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
then that I can understand.
yeah.
But I mean, the only thing that really hurts me is milk. I can have cheese, I can have anything like yogurt or anything dairy, but straight milk, like with cereal.
Yeah.
And I have like 5 to 10 minutes after I'm done to go sit down. Otherwise, I'm making a mess somewhere.
Otherwise, you're fucked. Yeah. I I can't. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. I remember the last time I had an accident. I think it was like 4 years ago. I think I shit myself. That was fun. Nothing just puts you back into reality than going, I'm a full grown person and I just did that. uh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. That was
When's
information
the
you
last
guys.
time? Actually, no. Normally, when I feel, usually I can tell I know my body enough to like, okay,
Yeah.
that was questionable, and I don't know where the nearest safe bathroom is.
The safety
So
net.
I have like I always carry on me at least a wad of TP, and so then I just give myself a man pawn and just like whatever. If I shart myself, I have at least
Okay.
a layer of defense. So
Okay. Nice.
yeah.
This is the Lowrider Magazine June 2005 centerfold. You can buy this for $6 and it'll ship for 4. I mean, like,
Um.
okay. I want to hear what you have to say before I say what I say.
Okay. Because so I'm looking more at the car. It's an El Camino, or I can't tell from because the headlights are changed, and it looks like it's Caprice or uh, late '90s Monte Carlo. I mean, not
It's an
Monte
80
Carlo.
Chevy Camino. 80,
Camino.
87
Okay,
El Camino. Yeah, it says it right
but
under.
the okay, but the headlight grill is different. It's not the because it's still in the '80s. They still have those two squares. But anyways, so
Yeah.
I was thrown off by the car itself, and then the model. She's not inhaling and holding her stomach in enough. Like she's just natural, which is fine. She's slender anyways, but she has no ass,
I was about
or
to yell
her
at you
where
for
she
that.
or her hand placement is hiding the little bit that she has, which isn't much. So I'm like,
Well, I
but she's
mean,
a cute little Panay looking girl. I don't know if she looks more Asian than Hispanic, so who knows?
she looks like those girls because, like, I always go to r/advice to get some stuff, and we have some advice questions that I want to ask you about today.
Mhm.
She looks kind of like those girls in the what is considered adorable porn on the Reddit stuff. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, I don't. that's a whole nother rabbit hole that I want to go down too. Like, what the fuck is the difference between adorable porn and just like like the other? I don't know, whatever. But I mean, would you buy this centerfold when you can go online and just get it for free in HD?
Yeah, no, I would not buy it. What the fuck is the elbow? Like, is elbow the name of the car?
Ella
Is
or
that
LO?
Oh,
That's LO.
Ella? Okay.
Yeah, it's cursive.
No, I get that it's cursive, but that second L, that loop that it has, doesn't go straight to the A or to the O, LO, or Ella, whatever her name is.
Or Elba. Elba? Is that maybe what he named his
Okay,
fucking El Camino? Elba?
that's my question. Is it her, the car? So Elba or Elbow?
Well,
Either
it's
way.
Jason Choi White's 1980 Chevrolet El Camino, and then the rest of it is blurred. I love how people don't take the best photos on here either. You know what I mean? Like that's always been fun. Okay.
Now, did you crop it? Did you crop that picture, or is it just as is that you put up?
No, I did alt print screen and then I cropped it to the size.
Okay.
I cropped it to the size. Yeah, I didn't do anything different because obviously I blacked out everybody's information. So
Hmm.
so this is a beard trimmer for $4. $4, ladies and gentlemen. And this is actually being sold by a lady. So my question is, this an X's? Is this the second beard trimmer that I own? Or what?
I'm gonna hope that it's an exes that left her and she's just trying to get some money from whatever. I don't know. But it looks like it was originally 8 and then slashed down to $4.
Yep, it was originally $8 and is now
Uh,
4.
so
Oh shit, I forgot to mark out where it is. God damn it. Now I gotta go back and edit that. Fuck.
uh, I mean, I doubt they're gonna be able to know. And by the time someone sees this, and by the time you post this 3 months from now, it'll probably be gone. So I doubt
It's
they'll be able to find it.
it's not about that. It's about how close it is to where I live.
Mm.
That's
You
the
have mentioned your city a couple of times before, not this episode, but like in other ones, or maybe cities around you or near you. But
Yeah, I can mention cities around me, but you know what? No, fuck it. That's fine. Yeah, it's not close enough, but it's still, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Only quite a few people.
what's your concern though? Are you concerned about a stalker going over there in the middle of the night and like cooking you breakfast and getting
Well,
mad at you for not saying thank you?
I mean, that would be awesome if it was a female stalker, but I know I'm not gonna have a female stalker. You know, like I think my concern is
Right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Oh great, now I just let everybody know. Fuck it, whatever. Hi, hello internet. Oh, I got some editing to do. All right. Anyways, continuing on forward. Oh, I'm just fucking myself, aren't I?
Hey, I'm
Hello.
in Reno, Nevada. I'm in Stead. It's basically like 15 minutes north of Reno. So if you want to stalk me, go right ahead. I give out my number on my podcast all the time. So
Well, you're
my
fucking
legit phone number. So
wow. Like I'd give out my phone number, but I'd be afraid that like two people would call it, and I don't want those two people calling me.
oh no, mine is like if you call, it'll just go to voicemail because I like let them know, hey, this is my number. I only answer text. Like unless your number's saved, it's gonna go to voicemail. And if you don't leave a voicemail, you're never gonna get a reply. And if you leave too many voicemails with nothing or call and don't say anything, you're gonna get blocked. So
My question to you though is is it weird that like I have a very small percentage of me that really hopes my ex-girlfriend still listens to my podcast?
no, I kind of hope people that I know listen to it and like, damn, I could have had that, or I could have
Nice.
still that could still be mine, you know. But that's my mentality. I see myself as I'm the fucking prize.
That's right, you are.
Hmm. And you too,
So,
King. You too, King.
thank you, Squire. So, anyways, my neighbors I think got evicted yesterday, or they're being evicted today, and they've been
Loud
moving.
ones.
No, not the loud ones.
Oh
The
man.
guys that I was actually friends with, that helped me out a few times.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was because like I walked out the other. Helios was losing his mind, and I heard him losing his mind just like he is now. And I walked out and I see a sheriff, and I see the landlady, and I see. Thank you, bud. So like I saw the landlady, and I saw a sheriff, and I saw the guy who does all of our who does all the fixing stuff around here, and it's pretty. I
Mhm.
was like, wow, what the fuck is going on? And he came out all pissed off. I was like, I think he's getting evicted, and I just saw him move like everything out today. Knock it the fuck off. I know danger. Like that's just him. That's him yelling danger. That's him trying to tell me that something is afoot. But
Can you tell
anyways,
which is which by their cries?
that's Helios. That is 100% Helios. Blue does this kind of. Oh god, I can rarely get him to do it. But if I throw if like I bring out my baseball bat that I have for protection, he'll do it. He's got this really low, just kind of rah kind of sound thing. So yeah, but yeah, parrots on an episode because it's actually like 3 in the afternoon. They're actually awake for a change. Welcome back to Feathers and Friends. Okay, any who's and what's it's beard trimmer. Like I'd like.
Oh yeah,
I know, right?
I'm thinking it's her well, not her landscaping beard.
It looks really clean though. Like that's the problem.
Does it?
It looks really
Maybe
clean.
it's just a fuzzy picture. Also, I'm far away. I'm at least 8 feet, and now my vision is going.
Okay.
It's on like a 4K 32-inch monitor, and from here I can see beard trimmer listed 4 weeks ago, details, conditions.
How
but
can
the
you
details,
see that?
like, to me, it looks blurry.
How can you see it $4, but you can't tell that the trimmer actually looks fairly clean? Everything looks very, very clean compared to what my buzzer looks like.
It does. What I was considering or looking at is just that gray guard or cover. I guess it's a cover.
Oh yeah, the cover.
And then comparing. So when I first looked at it, I thought that was like the old dirty one. I was like, ew. Yeah. But now I'm realizing that's just a cover. So I just assumed the whole thing was dirty.
It's an opaque.
No, yeah, it does look clean.
Those are opaque. So, but yeah, and it looks very clean. So either it was very rarely used or yeah. Anyways, moving on. So this gentleman is selling his PC, and I call this overpriced PC number one. So he's got a 2080 Super in it, Ryzen 7 5800, 32 gig RAM, which is at 3200 megahertz. I don't really understand what the megahertz are, but he kind of lists kind of everything that he's got in here. He's got like a 500 gig M.2 SSD, which is I guess the best SSD that you can get. And then he's got, for some reason, a 6 terabyte hard drive. Dual screen monitor. The monitors don't really match. One's a Dell, one's an Asus. Mine don't match either. The one monitor that's for gaming is a 240 hertz Asus monitor, which is pretty awesome. And he goes into all the other stuff for $2,200. For $2,200. I guess it comes with everything. It comes with like everything you see here: the mouse, the janky, like kind of cool headset, and the what looks to be like a wired keyboard. But my question to you is this: when people post like these things and they throw gaming PC in there, do you ever notice just how overpriced some of this bullshit actually is?
Yeah, but at the same time, like I haven't pieced or priced together stuff in a while. My server is a Ryzen 9 27 or 28, 32. I forgot what it was because it was like the first gen Ryzens or the first gen Hyper Threaders. No, Threadripper, the first gen Threadripper, whatever that it was. The RAM, I'd want to know if it was DDR5 or DDR4. You could probably tell from the the motherboard would say what the max is. But then the only plus I would say to the NVMe with the hard drive is you can use that to download torrents, and then when you're done, have it move over to the hard drive so you can download faster and just save them differently.
Okay.
But I'm not a fan of the Ducky one. I'm actually going to switch to a different mechanical keyboard myself.
Oh, really?
But I do like 60s. But I think I'm gonna go back to a 40 and go back to a plank because I found some layouts, but that's separate.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've got the Corsair K95, the big boy, and I love it. It's fantastic. It comes with that little fancy guard where you can flip it to either be smooth or be a little textured, and yeah, I like that big boy. Hi Helios. Okay, but continue, sir.
Oh no, yeah. So like I'm not in. Like I said, I'm not big into gaming, so I wouldn't care about a gaming PC.
Yeah.
The stats I would care more about is how fast the hard drives are or SSDs or whatever they have to be able to download, and then having terabytes of storage to be able to save. Because like my server is like an 80 terabyte with two 1 terabyte SSDs for the like the operating system and to download
Nice.
to, and they would automatically move everything over. So mine was more torrent downloading performance and streaming my videos and movies into the house. Like that's all I cared about for it. And then basically like maintenance tasks, like uploading stuff to Google Drive. But like this, I wouldn't care about. But I don't like it because it's got the mismatched monitors. They're smaller than what I have already.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, my monitors are a little mismatched, but at least like they're not like it's not black and gray on the exterior
oh
because
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's an LG, so it's got like the big thick borders. Like it's an older 32 LG. Like I think it only does
yeah.
720p. You know, which is why like it's not as fancy as what I'm looking at right now, and I don't really care. I just needed a second monitor for work. And then I do like
Mhm.
that he's an Old Spice guy because if you look on the left hand side there behind his Aces, he's
Yeah.
got Old Spice. Yeah.
Okay.
But the only reason why I bring this up is because this is $2,200. I
Mhm.
did a lot of research because I wanted to get another 16 gig stick for my PC in the very near future to just kind of so it's not a single stick 16 gig, right? 32 gigs is just kind of like overkill, right? It's just a little bit of overkill. Dual channel is a little bit better just because it helps break up the workload, but you don't really need 32 gigs for much of anything unless like you're running like really high powered. Here's the fun thing that I found. This is basically my system, but upgraded a little extra. It's got an
Mhm.
i7 1100, 16 gigs of memory only, but it's got a 30 fucking 80 in there, a 512 gigabyte SSD, which isn't too bad, a 2 terabyte hard drive, which I have in my system, which it is I still have a terabyte left, and I've got a bunch of games that are actually downloaded. But this thing is only 2K or $2,100. So you can get a generation better graphics card, a better processor, in my opinion, as well too as I mean, yeah, you're suffering a little bit in the RAM and the storage department, but to basically upgrade a lot of what really matters when it comes to gaming, you spend $100 less and you have way better equipment. It's insane.
But you still need a mouse, monitors, keyboard,
It
and that
actually
would put you over the 2200.
it'll put you over the 2200, but it comes with a keyboard and a mouse, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when I ordered my Asus ROG back when we had the first stimulus, or I think it was the second stimulus check, I upgraded everything from my HP Omen to a little bit lesser of a version of this. But yeah, like it came with a mouse and keyboard, and I was like, oh, I've already got that stuff. I mean, the monitor, depending upon where you can find it, you can probably go on Facebook Marketplace and find a pretty decent one for 150. So with a decent 144 hertz monitor and the keyboard and mouse that it comes with, I mean, you're spending a little bit extra, but look at all the extra goodies that you're getting. You're getting an extra generation of a graphics card instead of a 2080. Even if it's 2080 Super, you're going to the 30 fucking 80. You know, and I know there was speculation that the 4000 series is coming out, but for gaming, that's like a pretty big step. Yeah, that was. Did I just throw a bunch of stuff at you that you disagree with, or
No, no, I totally
oh
agree. Like it's a better value to get this new. And I think what the seller is counting on is that right now, like the shortage of chips and all the other stuff,
yeah
that someone would rather have someone that they could, well, I mean, they can build and take apart the Asus on Best Buy anyways, but
yeah
um, that is customized or whatever they want to call it, they might think that they're because like even with the used car market is up 50 to or 20 to 50% in
I've
prices
noticed
year over
that.
year.
I've noticed that.
So like with gaming rigs, I would think that they're either holding their value or holding it more for the resale part. And they think, oh, I can still get what I'm worth. And they're probably trying to get this damn thing for themselves. So who knows?
Yeah, exactly. And then this gentleman kind of had something similar. It's a $3,000 high end PC gaming. Now,
Mm.
for everything I was just kind of bitching about here, he's got a way less SSD. He's got a way less. He's got two SSDs in here actually, a 500 gig and 126 gig, and then he's got a 2080 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, and i7 9700. I'm like, dude, you can completely deck the fuck out that Asus ROG way more and then have like a way better PC than this guy's got. I don't understand people. It's great. But this gentleman, I want to pimp this guy out here because his little thing here that says want a gaming PC but don't know how to build one. Well, here's your chance. Send me some ideas of what you want and how much you want, and we can work something out. So basically, you buy it and he puts it together for like $100.
Hmm.
That's a lot. I've
Okay.
gone to some PC building sites because that's originally what I was going to do with that second stimmy, that we
Mhm.
got was build something, and they were like to put it together is like $300, and I was like, what? No, no, like I mean
It's
I
not that
can
hard.
I can
Complicated
YouTube it.
Legos.
I can YouTube and figure it out. That's what I had to do with my Omen when I screwed up. But yeah, I just wanted to pimp this guy out because he's got a bunch of beautiful builds, and this is one of the a white with some very beautiful rainbow puke that I thought was kind of nice.
And a water cooler. Yeah.
In a water cooler. So this is a 2070 Super for 11, basically $1,200.
Hmm.
And this is kind of what we were
Were they
talking
new?
about. What?
How much were they new?
Well, this guy is selling a 2080 for about 650.
Hmm.
I just wanted to show the stark difference
The
between
comparison.
somebody who's trying to get a lot of money out of the chip shortage while this guy knows what he has, and he's not like he's making money off of it, I guarantee it, but at the same time, like he doesn't want to be that scalper. He's maybe upselling 10 to 15%, whereas the other guy's at least, 50 to 75%. And I hate that.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then this guy, which is the RX 580, which was I've actually had one of these. He's selling it for 650 or 550. So I think it's hilarious that you can get a 2080 Super for an extra $100, or downgrade to basically what is the RX or Radeon version of a 1080. Kind of
I need to see what I
ridiculous.
have because I think that's what I have, or I
The
have one of those. I have that and a MSI something, a Vega 65,
a Vega
56,
65.
some shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
6500.
No, just 65.
Oh,
It's like a
65.
two-digit number, which I thought was weird.
Okay, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I was just kind of. Now this is a question I have. This is actually a blurry photo here. A gentleman is selling his Bluetooth brand new from Amazon. Check it out, mine's cheaper. Who buys earbuds off of somebody's second hand?
Not me. But I like that it gives you a digital readout of how much charge is either on the case or in the buds.
Yeah, it gives you. I think
Um, yeah.
the battery on the left is the case, and then the 89% is the buds charge.
Mm. $15. Eh.
I mean,
I'd probably buy it and give it. I'd probably buy it and give it as a gift if there's no scratches or anything major bad on it.
give it to a gift and let somebody else deal with the earwax. So
Pretty much.
yeah, interesting. Well, all right, we're done with that, and we'll bring you on over here. Hi, hello again. Now
Hey,
we're
how's
back on.
everybody?
We're back on the air. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Just some of the fun dumb stuff that I found on the internets there on the internets. I'm sorry. Like I know. Like it doesn't feel like we have that same energy going. Is it really that bad of a Saturday for us too?
I literally woke up 5, 10 minutes before I texted you, so I'm waking up. But don't worry, I'll make it fun.
No, no, it's good. I'm glad that I'm glad that you and I both kind of have that same energy for episode 101. Because like it feels like it's a gloomy ass day here. Like it looks bright, but that's because I have three fucking windows open, and I don't know. It feels like a gloomy ass Saturday. It just sucks. So I have a Reddit question here. I'm only gonna read the first part of it because the other part goes in like why do people unnecessarily go into graphic detail about their sex life in posts? Like this
No,
dude's
this is an advice post, right? Not one of those sex story
no,
posts or gone wild.
this is
Okay.
on our advice. A gentleman by the name of in underscore a underscore dilemma underscore underscore. This can pretty much be summed up by a few things here. I'm 26 male, recently became friends with benefits with a 22-year-old female. The sex is incredible. We have an amazing time when we get together. She also feels the same way. The thing is, she is very loud in bed and doesn't have any restraint about this. I have had 3 of these. This past week we have had sex 2 times, and both times while she's letting everybody know it's a good story, like we were on another planet and there's nobody around, Don't get me wrong, I find it extremely hot, but my neighbors don't. My building has very thin walls, and I know that my neighbors can definitely hear us. The first time it happened, my neighbor politely told me to keep it down, and that's just my neighbor in the adjacent apartment. I'm pretty sure that she was letting everybody know what was going on at the apartments above and below mine could hear me as well, too. And then he talks about doing her gently doggy style and a bunch of other meaningless things that we don't really need to talk about because I don't understand why people go into that much detail. Like the post could have been just like, "Hey, my friends with benefits is really loud, and I know my neighbors can hear it." Like, dude, my neighbor, when I brought my ex over, who is super like, I'm talking, she would scream in the middle of it. Like, we came out and he's like, "Heard you guys had a great time last night." I was like, "Yeah, buddy," and I high fived him, and she didn't find it that funny, but
oh, that reminds me. I'll
yeah.
ask you offline about the X. Something else.
Oh,
But
okay, okay. I mean, text it to me real fast. Text it to me real fast. Because like
okay.
I was just kind of curious, like, oh, he doesn't know where he put his phone. But like, I don't understand why people need to be so unnecessarily graphic. Like he talks about doing her doggy, he talks about subsequent rounds, and then like she's like, I don't get why you go into that much detail on like what like. Dude, your girlfriend's loud, or your friends with benefits is loud. That's all you need to put. Like, how can I stop that? You know? I mean, is that too much to ask from people, or is this? Do you think this guy's just like, oh, I've got a dilemma, but I also want to like stroke that ego?
I think it was more about the ego thing for him to
Okay.
boast that, oh, hey, not only do I have a friends with benefits, but also either I'm good in bed or I make her do this, I make
Ooh.
her do that. We have a lot of fun. Um, so it could be kind of like a baiting thing to where, I mean, it could be a number of things. Because I would do that with it within groups of friends that had females that I hadn't been with, but I wanted to, and I would quietly, not so quietly, talk to a friend that I was close with, like, hey man, every time I do this and that with this girl, blah blah blah, she squirts, she this, she that, and fuck, it's annoying because I got to change the sheets or wash them all the time, and of course, other girls hear that S word and they're like, oh, he can do that, and then that would pick up extra side pieces at the time. But that again was me being a manipulative opportunist back when I was deep in my intercourse addiction. So,
Is it bad to call it sex edition? Sex edition, or
well, so I was talking with a porn addict,
yeah?
and he's now a coach and all that. And during the conversation, he brought up that, well, he pointed out something that I said. So when I was talking about sex addiction before, or going to sex addicts groups, the sex addict group, it covers a whole bunch of things. Like there was porn addicts, there was guys that were somehow interested with sex workers.
Oh.
Either they just like talking to them, they like this, that, or the other. And I was like, well, I can't relate to them. Like that is not my problem. My problem is actual sex. And
Mm.
defining it as my issue is intercourse versus sex, because sex can be anything with sex, but intercourse is specifically the act of it.
Okay.
Um, so that was my addiction. So that's why I was trying to differentiate between that. And he kind of just pointed that out because, like I said, when I went to a sex addicts group, I couldn't relate to them. I couldn't talk to them. I didn't understand their issues because, like, oh, you're dealing with like teenager shit as an adult. And now my problem is I'm actually getting laid and you're not.
That's
So
a little
that's why
harsh.
I had a disdain. Well, yeah, it is harsh, but I had a disdain towards the whole thing. And that's why I didn't take sex addiction seriously until I heard, like I said, that meth addict tell his reasons for why he shot up or smoked or whatever he did. And it was
Mm-hmm.
always the same reasons that I had for going out seeking sex, basically just to feel better or to mask some type of pain that I was going through.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I will start referring to it as an intercourse addiction as well too. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm
If
always
you're not
happy to
talking
be
about the
able.
whole umbrella, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean that makes a lot of fucking sense. So the first bit of advice here is have sex at her place, or AKA get a room. So of course, in a dilemma is like, oh, she has roommates. Imagine that, haha, face. So, oh my god, I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
have I'm gonna have Sun Kanye for
so
fucking dinner.
so my advice to this would be either soundproof a room in your place.
Mm-hmm.
Do it during the day on a weekend. Well, no, because kids could hear. I don't know.
Well, I mean, somebody does
Like try to
say,
figure out a
oh, keep going. Sorry.
yeah, to figure out a good time. Like, hey, coordinate with or talk with your neighbors. Like, hey, when's the best time that would be the least annoying? Would it be better at night or would it be better in the day? Like just get a poll. I don't know. Um, Personally, I really wouldn't care as long as it doesn't get me kicked out or doesn't violate the apartment rules. Because I mean, really, how often do you interact with your neighbors unless they're going to come and complain to you about something? You know, you're not coming over for Thanksgiving, so you don't have to look them in the eye. So I really wouldn't give a shit.
I mean, the place that I live has quiet hours between like 11 and 7 a.m. or something like that, and
Mhm.
that's half the reason why I call the cops at 12:30. I just kind of, oh, what's up?
Oh no, no, I just had an idea. Fucking just choke her or fucking keep your hand over her mouth. I mean, there's all types of solutions. You can ball gag her, whatever.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. Is because there was one point in time where I was like, I can't just I'd love you to death, honey, but like you need to shut the fuck up like
At
immediately.
11:01, hand over the mouth,
Oh, it's
towel in your mouth,
11:01.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you. But yeah, like the livid trust is like, hey, the only option is to soundproof your room. She already made it loud and clear that she has no intentions to stop being loud with it. You know, he's like, yeah, he kind of went around with that same advice, pretty much just like, dude, soundproof your room because it could get you in trouble if you're after hours. So that's understandable. Oh, look, there's my text messages on the other screen. Gotcha. All right, so I didn't read this one. But Middle East 2333 asks, "Am I a rapist?" Um, I'm a college student who's pretty new to party social dynamics and etc. So last night at a party, I felt a little tipsy. Ended up making out with a girl who was definitely more drunk than I was. While she was not completely intoxicated at the point of unconsciousness or anything dramatic, she clearly had poor memory at the moment. As she asked me the same question several times, we ended up going back to her room and having sex, which she initiated and offered. But yeah, by the end, she was making actual conversation, and we just chilled for a little bit before her roommates knocked and I left. As I left, I heard her laughing as she told her roommates, "Ha ha ha, we just had sex," and continued on my way. But for the past 24 hours, I can't help but think that I raped her, and I want to throw up. I feel like a piece of shit. At the moment, it didn't seem wrong, and neither of us said no at any point, but after revisiting commonly ideas of consent under the influence, I feel like I took advantage of her in that moment of stupidity without realizing the consequences. I have spoken to her since, though I haven't spoken to her since though I have gotten her social media, and they just asked, "Am I a rapist?" Sorry, some of it's not very well written. I had to adjust there. My apologies, and I'm like Bill Burr. I suck at reading things, but okay. Is Middle East 2333 a rapist?
I would not say, or I would not agree with that.
Okay.
And I have a lot of not personal, a lot of anger issues towards this whole thing. Like, one, it's a societal thing where people assume, oh, hey, someone's drunk, it's the man's fault. Um, where the law usually favors females in this kind of sense, where if you're both drunk, the law doesn't care. You're a rapist if you're both drunk and the woman cries rape. Why can't the male cry rape?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't he say, oh, hey, I was drunk too, I don't remember what happened? um, and that kind of goes towards drunk driving. But I mean, if you're both drunk and you both crash into each other, who gets a DWI charge? That's my rationale with this. If you're both drunk, think of it as both being drunk drivers, and you're
Yeah.
both crashing because you're both having sex. It's not like, and he said, yeah, he was tipsy, but not as drunk as she was. So, and like I said, I know how you can think, even when you're shit faced, hey, I want to do the right thing, and still end up doing the bad thing or the wrong thing when you're shit faced, even though your conscience tells you not to do something. Like I said, last time we chatted about DWIs, about my DWI that I should have gotten. um, so that's my animosity towards that, and then also the whole societal thing where men have to feel like they're to blame because they have to protect and serve females, but at the same time females can do the same behavior and nothing happens to them. They never stop to think that they're a rapist because they slept with a guy that was drunk.
Yeah, it's a very very big double standard. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with that. I mean, like when he said that, like, I mean, with her, it sounds like she kind of sobered up towards the end of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a cold shower helps undo, a little bit of drunk, or at least wakes you up. I mean, like if she was having better conversations with you, and then she was laughing with her roommates that, "Ha ha, we just had sex," bro. It's either you got used, or she just like was like, yeah, I want to have sex drunk. Like, I'm of the mindset that anything you do drunk is kind of on you. Like, there shouldn't be
Mhm.
there shouldn't be many negative consequences on the side of being drunk because you, oh, what's the word here? What was that word I used? You cognitively made the choice to get drunk yourself. You know, you made the conscious decision to begin to consume alcohol, and if you don't know what you're doing when you drink alcohol, I'm the belief that you just, okay, congratulations, you took that first sip of alcohol. Everything from here on out is completely all your fault, and it should be your fault. You know, if the other person is sober and the other person's drunk, that's a totally different story. But you were both drinking, and there, yeah. So that's how I feel. So, sir, no, you were not. The first comment here is, "Holy shit, dude, chill the fuck out. Call her and talk to her or something. You aren't a rapist because a woman wanted to have sex with you." Also, don't drunk sex. This would mean the end of civilization. Not completely intoxicated sex, few drinks is fine. So yeah, like I love that first comment. That's half the reason why I wanted to bring this up. So I found another couple good ones here. As I was kind of listening to you talk about your side, and I have to fully agree here. So this lady Janice 743, and I'm gonna give her an upvote there. An up, dude. Says, how do I tell my boyfriend that I don't want another cake for my birthday? I don't want another cake for my birthday.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
I heard
so,
kid. I'm like, how can you get a kid
yeah,
on your
no.
birthday? That's cake. Gotcha. Okay.
Cake. So this tells me this brings up two things actually here because it's going to be interesting. This means that either she's getting two cakes, or she's been getting multiple cakes for her birthdays. So I'm an 18-year-old female and I've been dating a 21-year-old man for just over 2 years. We love each other so much and we love the relationship we have. So last year for my birthday, my boyfriend asked what I wanted, and I said that he mustn't get me anything, and that he must just make me a delicious carrot cake. That delicious carrot cake that he makes. So he listened. He made me a delicious carrot cake, and I loved it. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting him to just get me a cake. A little part of me did think he would have gotten me something else. I'm not upset at all. The cake was delicious, and I could see how much love and effort he put into it. He is such a sweet guy, and I am so grateful to have him in my life. I completely understand that he was just listening to my request, and I'm so glad he listens well. My birthday is a couple days away, and I don't want another cake for my birthday. Would it be rude, insensitive if I was honest and upfront and told him I didn't want another one? I'm not going to lie, I didn't read this to begin with, and I am thoroughly glad I did.
Um, so there's a little bitterness there that I'm reading in an undertone or between the lines. Like
There,
she wanted a cake and a present. And then she's like trying to downplay, oh no, I really didn't want it. I'm happy with it.
hence the
But
sarcasm.
right. And then I'm thinking, is she saying she doesn't want the cake now so that he'll get her a present instead? And this all falls back to like the whole premise of my podcast is communication with your partner. Talk to him. Fucking tell him, hey, I appreciate the cake you made me. I'd rather have it at another time throughout the year for no, for some either anniversary, some random event. Like let them know, hey, I love your cake. I just don't want it for my birthday. I want it for something special or something small, whatever. And then say, I've been looking towards blah, blah, blah. Or I'd like an Amazon gift card or whatever. If she wants something in particular and is too embarrassed to ask him for it, then ask for a gift card. Um,
I just. Oh,
I,
sorry.
yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
just use your words. Like it just goes down. Use your words. That's my final answer.
I just love how. So he was 19 when she was 16 when they started dating. That's a little sus. Um, I mean, like
Did they
it's
know each other in high school? Like, did they work together somewhere and he didn't know her age? Like, it could be anything. So,
yeah.
and
I
it's only
mean,
2, 3 years difference. If it was like 5 or 7, yeah, then that'd be something else.
yeah. It just like I mean, maybe he was held back here. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios because like there was a thing on Chris Hansen where this 19-year-old guy tried hooking up with this 16-year-old girl, and it was like the one profile they had on the To Catch a Predator that was like a legitimate 16-year-old girl, who was a little bit. Oh, no, maybe she was 17. No, I think she was like a 17-year-old girl, but it was still technically underage. But like the dude was like 19. I'm like, dude, the guy just got out of high school like 6 months ago. He was there with them. And like they would have interacted at the school like just under 6 months ago. So like I find that shit to be kind of weird. But like this is what I hate. Like you tell us exactly what to do and then we follow your instructions to a T and you're still upset. Like you can hear her defending him, but you know she's upset that he followed her instructions. This is this is like that guy in Afghanistan that was driving so I was a cop in Afghanistan. Like I was a legitimate police fucking officer in Afghanistan when I was in the Air Force. And this dude was all fucked up. Like he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, he wasn't wearing a helmet, he had his earbuds in, like he didn't even have a fucking his reflective belt on. Like he was just all sorts of out of. And like I rolled up to him and I just looked over, like I was gonna pull him over and like talk to him, but I was so pissed off at how many infractions that he had, and he was a contractor too, by the way. I just looked at him, I gave him the knife head, and I just screamed, "Unfuck yourself immediately," and drove off. And just like the look of pure terror on his face is what I want to do to this woman. Just like, unfuck yourself. He did what you wanted. He followed your instructions to a T. I would like if I could be like, honey, what do you want for dinner? Just tell me. And she's like, let's go to Polito's. I'd have been like, oh. I would have been like, we don't have to have sex tonight. I'm happy. Like, do you want me to cook for you? Like, do you want a wedding dress or something? Like, thank you. You know, like you told me what you wanted to have for dinner for the first time in forever. I don't know. Like, it's extremely sus to me that he finally does something. Like he listens to her. I know two women who would absolutely have loved to be in this scenario right now. I know two women who would absolutely love to be in this scenario.
Are they cute?
I don't want to answer those questions.
Never mind.
I don't want to answer those questions.
But yeah, so this goes back also to like where I feel that masculinity needs to still be in place. That the whole toxic masculinity thing and everybody trying to, or whatever agenda you want to call it, that's trying to push that out. I don't have this issue. When I'm dating a female, I let them know from the start, I'm going to lead. You'll get choices. You're not going to be following me along like a puppy. For like example, hey, what do you feel like? Do you want Italian or Mexican tonight? And they'll get to choose instead of asking, hey, what do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know.
I want food.
What's
what
that
kind
place?
of food? Good food. Fuck
Exactly.
you.
But if you give them two choices, Italian or Mexican, like, ooh, I want Italian. Okay, I'll pick the Italian place. Like I have in mind where I want to go. I want either a local Italian place or I want a particular Mexican place. That's where I'm going to go eat. I'm going to let you choose which of those two you want to go to, but I'm not going to tell you, hey, do you want to go to Beto's Taqueria 7 or do you want to go to Famiglia, whatever
I'm
Italian
sorry.
name, Ristorante?
What number 7?
Beto's Taqueria. I don't know. I'm just making this shit up.
Oh, I was like, there's a taco stand that's got number 7 in the name. That's pretty awesome.
No, there's one that's number 2, but that's in San Antonio. And the funny thing is, it has a long name, but it's known as Stripper Tacos. Everybody locals just know it as Stripper Tacos.
Okay.
Train of thought. So yeah, and so you still give them the choice, you give them the options, but you're still being in control. You're still being a leader as far as how you're doing things, and that's just part of being a man or being more masculine and taking control instead of being led by this female. Like for a birthday, yeah, I'd ask her, hey, what do you want for your birthday? If she doesn't tell me, all right, fine, you'll get a gift card. That's it. You know, so
Cash
use your
is
words or suffer the consequences of not getting what you want.
That's half the reason why I do these advice questions with you, because I know you're going to give a damn good answer, and that's half the reason why I like your podcast too. All right.
What's the other half?
The other half is you. I just hear that
Aww.
beautiful voice of yours.
Sexy voice, yeah.
So this individual, Desolate Darlin, is saying, I'm struggling to be an adult and need advice on how to prepare to live on my own. Hello, Reddit. I'm a 19-year-old female and currently in college. I've been doing really well in school while also working full-time at a local shop, but I'm struggling with new responsibilities. I have grown to have with being out of my parents' house. Both my mother and father are master manipulators, narcissistic, and workaholics. Though talking with a therapist and friends, I've recently learned that they've been purposely withholding information about being an adult, like how to do laundry, credit cards. So you basically need like an economics class for adults. Like
I
I'm
think she
sorry,
needs like a whole adulting class.
well yeah, like the economics class or whatever.
I mean, washing clothes, doing your own laundry. You know what? She needs to go in the core. That's what she needs. They teach you a lot. Wash your down to your skivvies. They from the ground. Oh, let me rephrase that. Back in the '90s, when you went through the core, wash your own skivvies, iron your clothes, make your bed, all the whole night. I mean, I know you had to make your own bed too in the chair force, but as far as like I know in the Corps they had to hand wash all their own clothes
My
versus
bed
in the
is
Army
made.
we just had to pay an extra week. Say again?
See, my bed is made.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And
see?
you know that's basic. You know, you do that in the military. You have a basic foundation. Making your bed is the first chore you do during the day, and it sets you up for success because that's one thing you see that you've done successfully. You can build on that and give yourself confidence throughout the day. So again, well, not again. Personally, I'm more for like conscripture, like 18, automatically go in the service. You can opt out of not going into the service, but you don't get civilian citizen rights. Like you earn your citizenship by serving. You don't serve, you don't get to vote or run for office would be my ideal situation, but whatever.
Okay. Like I'm kind of with you on the conscription part. Like we need to go like cuz I was watching a documentary on the British Marines, right? And like even they held a class on how to fucking shower. Like the instructor was dead fucking naked and he's like get under your nuts and I was like that's like this is like 2008. I was like wow,
Oh
that's
shit.
yeah, this was I think this was like within the 2000s. I was like that's impressive. You know? I mean, maybe not the Air Force, or maybe not the Air Force, and maybe not the Army, but like the Marines or the Navy would be a pretty damn good idea for any, any woman. Just because the Marines are going to teach you to be a fucking hardcore bad bitch. The Navy, I mean, that's kind of like military light a little bit. Not to the Army is just like you kind of got to be stupid to be in the Army. I'm not gonna lie. Like every army guy I've ever met when I was doing my flyaway missions, like they were pretty stupid. The Marine Corps was pretty awesome. They were very well put together. I'd give them that. Like I remember they boarded the plane and it was just like I was like, "You guys are doing it already, cool." Like I didn't have to
Yeah,
tell them to do
they're
anything.
efficient as fuck. The
Yeah.
one thing I love about the Corps is their efficiency with minimal. I mean, we buy Army buys like chair force surplus, and then Marines get whatever everybody just throws away. Like
Mm.
we can't even auction this here. You take our trash, and they fucking make it work, and they're fucking squared away. They're the only American branch that when they do drilling ceremony, whenever they say forward march, everybody steps off. Army, accordion. You
Yeah.
know, they have to mark time march and everybody like, accordion back in together. And,
Ah,
now we can, parade rest or whatever. And Marines, platoon halt, bam, everybody stops on a dime. Anyways,
no,
but
that's
yeah,
fine.
so being an adult, a lot of this stuff we don't even know, and I can't think. I know there's stuff that I learned in the army that I didn't learn growing up, but I did learn how to wash my own clothes. That was my mom's. One of the things she made me learn is like laundry and cooking, like how to cook for myself, because she expected me to have a subservient wife that would be a better cook than me, but I still had to know how to cook for myself because she knew that I wasn't going to get married the day I graduate high school.
Yeah.
It'd be years down the road. So I'd have to be self sufficient on my own until I had a wife and then be able to help her do whatever around the house. So
I mean, I think the military in general would be a good idea. Just simply because it's going to help you because she's got like apparently like a lot of information about her and about being adult is like tied to her parents. She's got like her bank account, any of her electronics are tied to all of her parents. I mean, you're basically looking at doing a hard wipe. It is like a hard wipe of the computer. You'd have to reset your electronics. You'd have to like kick them off. I mean, if you're 19 though, they technically can't access any of your information. They can call up and try to get in, but they would have to call like your credit card company would call you and be like, hey, can I give this information to your parents because now you're of age, unless it's
unless she's an authorized user on their account
unless she's an
or
authorized
she's
user.
authorized, then yeah, they have access.
Yeah,
So again, military, I would say go core. That's the only way you're going to learn everything you need to know as a human. And that's the hardest reset you can get anywhere.
that
You
is a
get a phone
very
call
hard
when you get
reset.
there. And I think you get a call every other week instead of every week like we did. You to me, it sounded like you only had one call a week,
I had like
for ever
three.
many time.
I had three calls throughout the 6 weeks that I was in. I had the
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, first week, like as soon as we got our BDUs, when we actually were, just starting off, we finally got our BDUs after like 3 or 4 days. That first phone call was like a Saturday, so we got to call everybody on a Saturday, and then 2 weeks after that, and then we had Warrior Week which was week 5, and then on week 6 when we actually got to wear our dress blues, that's when we got to call our parents and be like, hey, FYI, parade is
Hmm.
next week, so you might want to come on out. And then that's kind of what we did. I had a little bit of a different route because I was a little bit of a fat kid, but it worked out in the end. I technically did 10 weeks of basic training.
Oh, fuck.
I
Shit, you might as well gone to core and fucking got ripped.
so like what ended up happening, just to make a long story short, I think I did like 47 push-ups in a minute. The kid that was counting my push-ups fucked me on like 10 of them. So I would have done like 57 push-ups, but he was like 47, so I got failed back. And then they put me in the fat kid camp where basically you worked out 3 times a day. You ate like a maniac and you worked out 3 times a day. So by the time your PT test would come around that Thursday, you were already tired. Like you were tired from working out constantly, and it just took me 3 weeks to finally hit 50. And then I remember I hit 50, and then I just stopped in the up position, and my drill instructor was like, "Come on, give me 2 more." I was like, "Nope, I'm not failing. I am not gonna put my chest to the floor. I can sit like this for the next 10 seconds. Bring it." But yeah, that's what ended up happening to me. I got fat. I was fat when I
Hmm.
came in because I didn't know how to work out beforehand. I thought I could change in like 2 weeks. I was wrong. Yeah, my fat ass got smoked a lot in the military. It was great. But that's just because my last name is so noticeable. People like the drill instructors like, oh, I know your name, Alphabet. I got you, big guy. Oh, it's getting dark. Oh yeah, you lighten up a little
No, no,
bit.
no, I was adjusting. I was like, why does like it's a two-tone shirt, and why does it look black? So I had to open up the aperture. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, the sun is actually setting where I live, so it's gonna get a little the light plays a little weirder. So this 17-year-old kid got rejected, and it hurts. A 17-year-old male, basically got rejected after being led on by a girl who's also 17 for a while. It hurts like hell. What can I do to get over it? Me and her has to be friends due to us seeing each other a lot in school and mutual friends. What can I do to avoid this feeling? I want to move on. My question though is, did she actually lead you on, or were you thinking her actions were something totally different?
Yeah, because nowadays it's hard to relate or to be able to communicate with guys that I try to help because sometimes what they think is being led on is just politeness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the biggest problem is teens being stuck on their phone versus actually playing with each other, figuring out pecking order and learning body language, learning innuendos, learning ticks,
Mm-hmm.
all the little idiosyncrasies that you learn while playing, while being outside. Because, yeah, you interact at school, but your usual focus is on the teacher and what you have to do. And then you get to sit down and bullshit with whoever's next to you. And maybe you make a friend, but you're only used to interacting with one person. You don't know how to interact in a group. And the lack of that, the lack of socialization too, is like COVID is going to fuck a lot of kids in
COVID has
10
fucked a lot of
years.
kids.
I mean, yeah, I know. But in 10 years, the next generation, I'm like, man, if their only source of what they think real relationships is from sitcoms and TV and rom-coms, they're fucking sadly mistaken. So
I
how
I
to get
have
over the
that.
feeling though, I don't know.
I have that same problem. I really do. There was a gal at work who she's up the alley of what I enjoy, in a
Okay.
female, and and like I was like, of course she's married, right? And then I found out of course she's married. But like she initiated the friendship right away. She's like, "Hey, you seem like a cool, dope ass person." I was like, "Okay, thank you, I guess." Like that's new. I've never been complimented before right off the bat. And she's like, "Hey, do you want to talk? And like, do you want to just like hang out and like play games on Steam and stuff?" And I was like, yeah, I'd love to play video games with people. Like that's awesome. She's like, yeah, me and my husband play. You could play with us. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And they've got like a 2-year old kid or whatever, and like she's just so nice. that like I'm not used to this. Like I'm having like I really hope to God she doesn't listen to my podcasts, but like I really like it's like hard to like go. She is a friend, like just to she is friendly. She is a friend. You know, like it's weird because she's all, got the same fucking humor I do. She you know she laughs at the stuff. Like the other day, she's like, "Oh man, you know, I wish I didn't have any bills to pay or I didn't have to work so hard." And I was like, OnlyFans.com. And then she like died laughing, you know. I was like, yeah, you could, you know, but like we have the same kind of humor. I send her all the dumb, stupid fucking memes that I think are hilarious, and she laughs her nuts off, and then she sends me a bunch of great memes that I've never seen before too, and it's awesome. But like just being friendly to me is so random and so weird that I have to constantly tell myself, she's married, don't fuck this friendship up, keep it going. You know? I mean, the rejection, it hurts. Like, I know I gave this the advice to somebody a while back. Fucking headbang like a motherfucker, dude. Like whether it be ASAP Rocky, whether it be Eminem, whether it be you know the Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, whatever fucking gets your rocks off, headbang like a motherfucker. Eat some good food and just treat yourself. You know, dude, that's what I do.
Oh yeah.
Like I got rejected. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Culver's. And I went to Culver's. I got my favorite food, and I got a discount too because that one girl still works there and she feels bad about rejecting me. So like it was kind of cool, you know. Like I got good food. I talked to another cute girl, and just like I had a day of it, you know. Like it's the best you can do, big guy. That's how. That's
Yeah, do shit, have hobbies, like keep your mind active because the one thing that I noticed is that guys would like, oh, they get sad and they just mope with it. They just sit there like, oh man, you know, it sucks. And then they just keep reliving that in their mind versus moving on. Like, I forgot when it was. You told me a story about not getting rejected, but not being able to get the phone number or something. And then I told you the last time we talked about a girl that I saw at a Chick-fil-A and
yeah,
like she was super cute. And I
yeah,
was like, ooh, and she even like said hi to me and mentioned stuff, and I just didn't think about it. I didn't think, oh yeah, let me get your number or whatever. Though I was thinking more, hey, I want to do some dirty shit with you. But because of my addiction, because of who I am, I had to like tone that down. And like, oh no, I'm good, whatever, thanks. And then as she left, I realized, oh shit, I could have got her number. Was she
yeah,
hitting on me? Maybe not, but at least it was an opening that I could have asked her for her number. And I just let it go. I'm like, okay, fine, you know, whatever. There was a moment that I thought maybe 2 seconds or a flash or however long it takes to process a thought in your brain. Like, well, maybe if I come here and stalk every the day before and day after of this. So if it was like a Monday, okay, if I come here, no, wait, it had to be like a Tuesday. So if I come here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, maybe I'll run into her again. If I come here these days around this time, maybe I'll run into her like in a week. I'll give that a try. Like, man, that's too much work. Fuck
yeah,
that. You know, and then I was done with it. But
yeah,
it's because I have so many other things that keep me busy. It's just work, podcasting, um, drawing, fucking with my computer, downloading movies, watching movies, reviewing shit. So they want to show you
okay,
like all my little random keyboards, all this bunch. This is a box full of keyboards, PCBs, and cases.
wow,
And if I have nothing else to do, then I'll just start building shit, moving things together, testing switches. So keep yourself busy. Don't focus on the rejection because all you're going to do is just make yourself depressed, make yourself feel bad, and you're not going to get any resolution. But if you have hobbies and do things outside of just trying to pursue girls, you'll have something interesting to talk about at some point. Sure, not every girl's going to want to hear about keyboards, but you might run into a girl that likes to play games. Maybe you can build her a keyboard. Maybe you can have a relationship. You never know. That's why branch out and do different shit.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a perfect that is like perfect advice. Like because like that was the same thing I thought about the girl at the Quick Trip, you know. Like I came up to her, maybe she was just genuinely being like she was just genuinely tired, and I was like, hey, someone's looking a little energetic today. She's like, ah, you know, she was a little she was very kind of energetic in her emotions, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm tired. And you know, like I was just like looking out, like I was like maybe she's just being a genuine with the interactions, you know. And it's weird because like I was like I could go back to Quick Trip and try and find her, and I'm like no, that's a little stalkerish, you know, because like what if that interaction had zero impact on her, zero impact. I was just another dude throwing a compliment her way, right? And I was like, hey, it's the energetic girl, and she's like, what? You know, and then I'm like, well, I just wasted the last 3 weeks trying to get your attention again. You know, like I don't know. It's yeah, just get out there and do fucking whatever. Like that's the best advice. Like just for me, that's just putting on some music and turning it up so loud that when I sing to myself, my parents just get scared. So I got you. I got you. Oh man, I don't know where to go from there. I'm all out of stuff. What do you got? Oh, look at that. I got
You're out of
dark.
stuff already?
I get. I
Yeah,
get.
you have a cool. It almost looks like your background is green screen, just the way you're lit. There's something just. It looks like your room is a green screen.
I know it's where. Let me here. Can I pull up some? Whoa, I saw that on here. Yeah, see, it's the light from my other one. Um.
Hmm.
Oh, oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. So I got this. I found. I like these little ones that come off of Tumblr where people have little blurbs and talk about stuff. So do you ever wonder how many stories have been told about you? I don't mean rumors or gossip. Stories like that one time I was in the mall and this girl dropped her hot dog, but she picked it up right away and ate it. What if I'm that girl? How many times have people seen me do something I thought no one saw is now being used as an icebreaker at like a family dinner? Like, have you ever thought
Hmm.
about shit like that?
Now I'm going to.
Like, I think of
um,
all the dumb stuff that have, like, I was at Walmart last night grocery shopping. Right, I had both of my headphones in, and I farted like a good one. Like, I looked around, there was nobody, and I just kind of went, burp. And then like this girl was like
uh,
right behind me, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm in your way." And she's like, "Oh, you're okay." And like I thought about that for like an hour afterwards, where it was like she either went back and told her boyfriend, or like, "Oh my god, how's that Walmart, you guys?" And the dude just like totally farted on me. It's so weird, and I was like, "Oh, that's a great time to just let that fly," you
oh,
know?
shit. I mean, I'm not that I'm self-conscious, but I just like I haven't really thought about it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I do get vain. Like, yeah, I wonder what my ex is saying or thinking about me, or um,
Oh, to be a fly in
but
those
no, I
walls.
haven't. Right? But I mean, it really, most my general rule of thumb or reaction to it is that most people only know a facet of me. They might know two or three versions of me or what I
Mm-hmm.
show, but very few people really know me. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever their opinion is, it's only based off of that. Whenever you post or comment on Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
I don't love, but I get a kick out of whenever someone says, "Oh, you're probably a misogynist or you're probably a rapist because you don't agree that this was rape." I was like, maybe sexual assault, but I don't hear anything in there that says rape. Depending on whatever the comment or the question or am I the asshole thing is. And then again, I also like to play devil's advocate. So then I know that I'm just being a jerk in my response. So I really don't care about the answers because most people are going to take that one thing and assume a whole identity of me because they don't agree with it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I really don't put a lot of weight in it or care. But I would be curious. Like, I wonder what they do say about me?
Well, I know kind of what my ex. I know that you texted me about her. I know kind of what my ex would say about me because like towards the end of the relationship, we had some things that really started to bother me, and I was quite vocal about them. Like I even had to take a break from her for a little bit, just simply because of the fact that like it was getting a little overwhelming to constantly kind of hear the status updates about what was transpiring. I knew what I was getting into at that time, and it really kind of like I felt like I was going to be okay, but I didn't realize that it was going to get um, that that not dirty or disgusting, but that drama filled. You know what I mean? Like there was a very
Hmm.
drama filled situation, and I had to excuse myself once or twice, and kind of kind of circulate back to it because there was a lot of her life at that time was that kind of drama, and I did ask for a little bit of a break, but like I would be very interested to hear how she spun it to a lot of people because I kind of got a half story, but like then again, how much of is what she was telling me the truth at that time? You know what I mean? And how much of it was all the truth? So, but yeah, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for some of these people.
Right?
That'd be interesting. So the girl that actually, where the fuck am I? I gotta past it all. You can see it flashing in front of me. I save memes on my. I scroll Reddit. I scroll like the memes and stuff like that while I'm working, and then I save them on my computer because I'm that bored at work sometimes. So the girl, this girl says, "Hello, it's bees." It says, "One time I was in the historical park in New York, and I was climbing a tree in order to get a photo. I had just fallen out, and I fell out just as a family was walking past." 2 years later, I ran into the mom at the Stop and Shop, and she gasped and said, "Oh my God, tree girl!" And I've never been the same since. That's kind of a dumb one.
That would be cool because I do wonder what my nickname is to some people.
That have no idea who you are, but they've seen you in that
Right,
situation, like fucking taco guy, or
right.
something like that.
There's this one girl. She called me him because I never gave her my name, and
Yeah.
we were doing naughty slap and tickle stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it was funny. It just became a thing to like, let's see how long I can keep my name from her. And she didn't care. She was fine with it. And even after we stopped seeing each other, she still didn't know my name. And it was funny. She texted me, I think like months later, almost a year, less than a year, but more than 5 months. And it was like him question mark. And I was like, oh shit, you know. And what I was thinking of is him from
Mm-hmm.
Powerpuff Girls, which was like a very effeminate devil.
Yeah.
And I just got a kick out of the whole thing. I was like, and she told me, yeah, that she would imagine that whenever she was messaging me, but because she was a 90s baby and she was into it. So she liked that she was sleeping with someone she didn't know his name and referred to him as him because she thought he was hot or him was hot on Powerpuff Girls.
That's awesome sauce. Like that's
And
so
that's the only one
cool.
I have that I could share. That's
That's
the only
so
cool
cool.
one. If I knew, I wish I knew more, but
I mean, that's so dope though. Like that would annoy the fuck out of me. Like I didn't know my buddy my buddy that just got evicted. Like I didn't know like his girlfriend. I think it was his girlfriend or wife's name. But like one day I invited her over. I was like, hey, because I saw her outside. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, hey, can you like come over for a quick second? I need to make sure that it does smell like I'm burning something in here. And she's like, yeah, it was burning. And so then all of a sudden we got in like to a 2 hour conversation about just the dumbest random stuff while he was in jail. And I thought that was kind of weird. And I found out some other very interesting things that I did not know, and it made me a little bit more nervous. But like I talked to her like quite a few times, and I didn't really talk much to him because he was always kind of doing outside jobs or something like that. And then finally one day I was like, dude, what's your girlfriend's name? I've been talking to her for like 3 months and I don't know her name. And then he said it, and then I was like, I kind of think I remember it. Like I don't think I know it, but I kind of maybe do, and it's like irritating to me that I don't know her name. So.
now you still don't now?
Like I think I have an idea of what it is, but I
Okay.
don't 100% know. So yeah. But speaking of kids and online classes, I think you might get a kick out of this green text. Do you know what a green text is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you do. For people that don't know, it's like a 4chan story that is being told through some very elite, or I'm sorry, elite speak, which is kind of interesting. So be me. Online only classes have started. Experience is shitty, as you can probably imagine. Most boomer teachers can barely operate a computer, let alone teach a class on Zoom. Except English teacher. English teacher's a female, late 20s, early 30s, kinda cutie, 3.14. Notice her webcam quality is sublime, like really good, maybe too good. You can tell she has a nice camera, good lighting, microphone, etc. Cam whore spotted.png. I immediately ignore class to try and find her cam whore profile. Peruse my usual harem for a while. Class is almost over. Found her cam profile. She is actively streaming. Streaming during class. Her camera is under her desk. No panties. Chat is going wild learning about literature while doing it to themselves. Not sure what to do with this information, bros. I I had a similar situation at work actually happen.
Mm.
So I was like first ever like Zoom meeting, right? Sitting there in the big Zoom meeting. I'm like, all right, there's like 30 some people in here. I'm just chilling, looking at everybody's camera, talking to them, and they're introducing themselves. And we get to one girl, and I'm like, damn, your camera is good. And then I wonder what kind of camera she's got. Didn't give a second thought to it. Came across this fucking meme right here, and
Mm.
I was like, maybe, maybe. And so finally, I found an excuse to message her, and she's like, "Oh, I use an iMac PC," and like I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." I was like, all right," and I felt a little.
Damn.
Well, no, like I felt bad. Like I felt bad because I was like, what if it's real? Like, what am I gonna do with that information? You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do with the information that one of the girls I work with actively streams? Like, I don't know. I find that like a little odd and weird. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I can't figure out where I want the little ball to be. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I was just
Oh,
confused because I was like,
like I mean, what would you do if you found out that that hot girl that you work with is actively just like displaying it for the rest of the world to see, and you're just like, fuck.
so on one hand, I get the allure of wanting to see or know what someone looks like naked.
Thank you.
Um, but so here's the thing though, I'm a sex addict, so or intercourse addict. So my
Intercourse addict.
mind
Yeah.
doesn't go to that. Like I'm like, you can see any woman naked. You can see most women naked. There's nothing special about nipples, vagina, and bush or whatever. What I want to see is what she looks like with her mouth full, looking up, tears streaming, bloodshot eyes, gagging. That's
Oh
what I
my
want to know. That's
god.
what I want to see. And you're
You
like,
are an
again,
addict.
I'm telling you. So whenever I hear guys say, "Oh man, I wish I could see her naked," I'm like, no, I want to see what it feels like her doing X, Y, or Z. Um, so that's why like a lot of times I laugh because I'm like, okay, I can understand, but I can't relate. Like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No, like yeah, like I no, like that I totally get it cuz like to me just seeing her go, "Oh, like just throwing it out to the world. I know for those of you
Mhm.
who are hopefully watching this on YouTube because they don't fuck me again. But like just to see a girl go like, like show it off to the world, like that to me is like I like that. I can do the rest in my head. I can do the rest of it in my head. But like you're like fucking I'm gonna get a RTX 95, ball gag. I'm gonna get a whip. Like I need to set the scene, and then there we go. Like,
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that far for me.
but you know what I mean. Like it's
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
your
It's
idea.
extreme.
Your idea to me is a little bit more because like I get that allure, when they're like, "Oh, my roommate decided to join me for this session." No, bitch, that's your husband. Like that kills it for me. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Like I've like the full I'm gonna get that interview. Remember that interview with that one chick that I was really excited about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that interview. I'm gonna
Okay.
get it. Yeah, she gave me she put it out there on her Snapchat that she is going to be in the position to be able to give me the interview in like a month. So fucking
Okay.
hell yeah. But like to me, oh god, I forget where I was going with that. Oh, the
The
boyfriend thing.
lure. Yeah.
Yeah, that like kills the allure because now that I've had the conversations with all those girls, like I completely like I get that now. Like it used to be like, "Oh, that's kind of spicy." And now it's just like, that's her boyfriend or husband. Like it kills it for me. It really kills it for me. I don't know about you.
Um. So I'm not. I mean, it, well, I don't even know the frequency, but let's say 2 times a month I go on Pornhub or X videos or whatever, and because my tastes are so random, it's funny to see what gets suggested to me. And of course, I don't have I don't have cookies turned on and other shit, and I don't have a login or an account, so it doesn't like save my stuff. But
Yeah.
somehow it pops up some good. I was like, ooh, I haven't had a gum job in forever. Let's look at these shit here.
Oh my
Oh shit, I
god.
haven't had sex on a car in 2 years. Let me whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then every now and again it'll pop up like amateur porn. I'm like, hmm.
How
And
amateur
then,
is that shit though?
well, I mean, if they got a good camera, probably not. But when I see amateur porn, then my thought is, you know what? I would enjoy more getting a chat from anybody I meet online and social media,
Hmm.
get them to do a Zoom call, have a chat about random shit, and then get them to strip for me or do something for me sexual on camera. That for
That's
me
so dirty.
is more of a win or dirtier, yeah, than um, watching amateur porn. Even if I could do like donkey, dogs, midget, clown, alopecia. Like if I just had a whole bunch of just random shit together that would be truly fucked up and fisting with the prolapse.
Ah,
Like, that'd be
enough,
that'd be
Gaio, enough.
that'd be fun to watch, but I'd rather make a girl just take off her clothes for me that never would. That for me is more of a win than finding the most obscure thing ever.
Have you had interviews that happen like that?
No, I don't do that with the interviews because I'm an intercourse addict that's reformed. I'm just saying the
Oh,
thought goes there's like, you know what? I would like to do that.
nice. Yeah, because there's so you know how Reddit hands out those free oh fuck yeah, I got a text message from you. I'll read that in 2 seconds. So
Sure, no
you
problem.
know how like when you know how Reddit gives out those free awards or whatever, you
The
know.
chicken about, yeah.
Yeah, the free awards. It was so funny because I like to go on the selfie subreddits and stuff like that and find people who have like posted and it's been like 3 days and they've got like 4 upvotes or something crazy like that, and I'll just be like, here's an upvote, you know, like here's an award for you, just to kind of like it makes people's day, and I do it to guys as well as women too. Like if a guy's
Hmm.
got a really nice one and I see like 4 upvotes and I see that he constantly posts and stuff like that, and it's like 2 days old, I'm like, here's an upvote. You're kicking ass, bud. Like way to go with it. This girl, I gave this girl who's like she is like very up my alley and what I would like, and it was a very legitimate selfie. It was not overtly sexual, which is what I liked, and it was almost like a selfie that you would send to a prospective person. So I dropped her a wholesome kind of a wholesome thing, and it was funny because she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then of course, I kind of wonder what women go through when they message people back, thinking what somebody might respond once they enter the chat or respond to it. And then I
Hmm.
responded with something like, "Oh, thank you for making a hell of an impression. You know, you were quite electric. You should. I thought you just should know that with an award. Have an amazing weekend." You know, and then of course she's like, "Oh, you're making me blush with the monkey faces or whatever. Thank you for being so kind." And like, that's the kind of cool shit I want to put out into the world. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, but I also find the people who don't go on the art selfies who are also promoting their like OnlyFans stuff. Like, God,
Hmm.
that is so hard to find. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Fuck, I forgot what I was going with that.
I
Is
don't
there?
know, but my initial thought was like, ooh, I've gotten enough awards to where I have enough points to buy other awards because I know like you get a quarter of whatever the award value is of whatever you get.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking maybe I could go do that in the wholesome whatever, whatever a good girl would probably be at. And then, do that whole train of thought. I was like, no, I need to behave. I need to be good. But for a good 10 seconds, I wasn't listening to you. I was like, ooh, I can do this and I can do that and I can get her to do X. And ooh, maybe I can get her to really get a roommate. Yeah, I need to find out someone that
Not
has a roommate.
not gonna
Yeah,
lie,
not
I have half a mind to respond to her. You know, like continue the different compliment train and see where it goes.
yeah,
But
yeah. Go in the wholesome route. Go in the legitimate. You never know. Maybe you can make an LDR work. Maybe you'll get out of Wisconsin and move in with wherever she's at.
I'll take a sugar
Or
fucking mama. I
I
don't give a
mean,
shit. I'll film your
I
stuff.
would too, but I don't think anybody wants a 40-plus-year-old male that's not going to listen to them and make them do shit.
See, I'm the opposite. It's like, babe, what are we filming today? What do you need me to do behind the cameras? I will edit your shit. I will upload it just as long as it's me and only me. I don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, but no. To answer your question, yes, it is who you are thinking of. It was who you were thinking of. So,
Okay,
yeah,
that'll be fun.
yeah. I'm kind of interested. You know, it's interesting because like I know we're covering a lot of random different things here, but like YouTube let me interview and talk about some really like that French interview that I did with that French girl. Like we talked about some shit. The French Connection, where I interviewed the gal who was from France who was on OnlyFans.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Hmm.
like she went a little bit more in depth than I thought we would go with some of the things that we were talking about, and I kind of pandered that line a little bit, but I feel like the legal substance that is in some states and me interviewing somebody talking about their job and where to go find her, because everyone that interviews somebody, it's like, hey Guile, where can we find you, you do that with everybody who's on a podcast, and I feel like it's weird because like I'm sending people to their OnlyFans because they're using their OnlyFans titles. Those are still up, but the one about the legal substance got a little bit of a meh. Like, what the fuck?
So I know
Why am I holding
um,
that? That's weird.
for the flower or like the stuff I've showed you on camera before,
Mm-hmm.
I know that will you cannot monetize that. So you can't do ads, even if you have a big enough channel like those. Anything that's on that won't be able to be monetized. But I didn't know that you can get a strike for it or not be able to post it or have it up.
They
Like,
just removed the video. They said that
yeah,
it's technically my second warning, but like it's because I don't like it's kind of whatever, but like why is that so bad whereas the other thing is like way more controversial? You know, the legal substance that is legal in places, and she works for a
mm.
legitimate legal business that is in business. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean,
The only
both are
thing I can
technically
think of is
legal.
because it's federally illegal. That's the
Okay.
only reason I can see it. Because I know other channels that talk about it, they can't make money off it. They can only make money by having like a Patreon thing where you like subscribe a different way or pay or contribute in another way.
I mean, if you want to get me
Um,
a Reptar tattoo, 5K. You know, it's gonna have a gold name with your Reptar will have your name on it. I don't care. I don't care.
yeah, but that's kind of cheap, man. You're cheaping your you know for something like that. I'd want. Well, where would you put it? Like, would they get to pick, or do you pick where you put it?
I think I'm gonna either put it here or I'd put it right here where it's like actually visible. Because
During
I
shows,
don't have
okay.
anything here. But yeah, I'd either do on the inside of either of my biceps or I'd have it on the arms. You know, to be very visible. But yeah, why do you why 5 grand for a Reptar tattoo? I mean that would I don't mind. Like that's a cool fucking story. It's like Jared, why do you have Reptar with you know with Gaio's name as a gold chain? Like I somebody paid me 5 grand for it. Oh really? Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about the logistics of it, but I'm just saying that 5 grand would put me pretty fat and happy where I need to be in life. You know, even before I decided to, you know, kind of need it. But I mean, still like that that's pretty cool though, and like I won't get it removed. Fucking, I love Reptar. Reptar's badass. I'd love to get a Reptar tattoo. Are you kidding me?
So why not get the stencil somewhere you can't see now? Like get it like what do you call it, outlined, and then when they pay the 5K, then they basically pay you. You know, you get the fill in, and all you do is adding a gold chain of whatever their name is, right?
Because I
Um,
want to film the whole process. Like
gotcha.
I'd
Okay.
I'd make it like a content video. I'd be like, thanks to fucking R underscore, I'm paying you 5K. You know, like
There you go.
congratulations. You know,
Okay.
I'd definitely talk to the artist, make sure like he'd be cool with it and stuff like that. You know,
Hmm.
filmed on my janky Pixel 4. It I don't know. You see that chip there?
Oh man. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
fun story. I've got it in a case, right? So I dropped it, and I was like, "Oh, goody, the case saved it." You know, because I dropped it on my concrete driveway. Well, little did I
Mhm.
forget that the concrete they used in our park is like the kind that's just like mixed with stones and pebbles, and of course, a pebble
Mhm.
was sticking up, and that's exactly where it hit. The
So
pebble hit.
they didn't screed it. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. I had something, well, not similar, but I had one where it was in a case, nice little case like this. There's a recess inside, like, it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
touch, and it landed flat, like just flat. But I guess because of how it landed flat and sound waves or whatever couldn't go out, it was trapped in, and it just was a hairline fracture, just almost straight down the middle and then curved right towards the end. I'm like, mother bitch. Like, now that's noticeable and annoying. Like, fuck.
I used to have a iPhone 8, I think it was, a 7 or an 8, and I had like a legit fucking OtterBox for it. And it was funny because I dropped my phone and someone was like, and I was like, no, 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 it's in an OtterBox. And she's like, what do you mean? So I just threw it over my shoulder, just randomly in a random direction, and it landed on the concrete walkway at work. And she's like, oh my God, how can you do that? I was like, it's an OtterBox. These things have been slap shotted by NHL players and they're still fine. Like these things
Hmm.
are, I love OtterBoxes. I will never buy anything that's not. This was the one and only time I cheaped out on a case and didn't get a legitimate OtterBox. I'm so pissed.
I prefer life proof, um, only because like for water, so it's like all the ports are sealed. And one time, I don't remember, it was like in 5 or 6, whatever iPhone, and it fell. off the edge, and one of my friends' kids, like, oh my god, Mr. Gallo, your phone. They brought it back to like, oh no, it's no big deal. It's got a case, and I just threw it into the pool. And he's like, no, what are you doing? And he dove in, went to grab it, pulled it out. I was like, get some rice, get some rice. And no, it's good. And I fucking start swiping. Yeah, it's waterproof. It's like, oh
Nice.
shit. And so yeah,
Nice. That's
that was
so
funny.
nice. Awesome, man. That's so dope. Ah, do you have any topics you want to talk about, bud? I'm running out.
I'm excited for fucking Matrix 4, dude. Like I've been refreshing on movie theater pages. Like I know I can watch it on HBO Max, and yeah, I have a 10-foot screen that I could watch it here at home. But that's one movie that I would pay to go watch it in theaters and have that good experience. Unfortunately, I have to deal with other people,
Hmm.
but I'm willing to suffer through that. Um, and I found out that tickets go on sale on the 6th, so Monday, right?
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Monday. Monday they go on sale. I'm gonna buy my tickets, ready to rock and roll, and yeah, I'm excited for that.
I have you seen that new trailer where it's like half Japanese or something like that?
No, no, I've only seen the first teaser one, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid watching trailers
Okay.
because trailers nowadays sometimes do the whole movie in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's my fear of watching them. I mean, if you have something cool of it, yeah, sure, I'll hear it or check it out. But
Okay. Okay. Maybe not.
just
Maybe not.
okay,
Yeah, I think so the other podcast, the Shorts and Hoodies podcast that I'm a part of, um, I feel like it's going to spoil a lot of the movies for me with a lot of the stuff that we talk about,
Mhm.
like the Spider-Man No Way Home stuff. Like I'm pretty sure that's already been spoiled for me. Like I'm almost 100% sure that's been spoiled.
Yeah, I heard some parts of that, and then I've seen like conspiracy theories about stuff and other Spider-Man and whatnot. And I'm like, if they brought Doc Ock in, you got to see the other ones because there's no way they're not going to have
As
the other ones, you know?
as soon as he's like, "You're not Peter," I was like, "Fuck, it's confirmed." Like I was just
Mhm.
like, "God damn it!" And like a lot of people too are like, "Oh, you should check up on Hawkeye or whatever." And I know it's 3 episodes in, and I'm like, I don't care. Like I just don't care
Mhm.
anymore. I don't know. Like it just like I feel almost like it's burnout, like Disney burnout. You know what I mean? Or I should say Marvel burnout. Is
Yeah,
that you feeling a little bit of that too, or
a little bit. Like, what was the first one? Was it WandaVision?
WandaVision?
The first one that they did because it was like three in a row that they did. It was like one finished, the next one. Oh no, it was
It was WandaVision, then Loki.
Winter Soldier. It was Falcon and Winter
Oh,
Soldier,
Falcon and Winter Soldier,
and then
Wanda.
WandaVision, then Loki, then What If. Um, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was just kind of like meh about the whole thing. I was like,
I think it
this
was
could
a
have been
good
its own
story.
movie. It was a good story, but
Yeah.
like they drug some stuff out, especially that redheaded girl. I'm like, whatever, like she's not that special, no big deal. This could have been a movie by itself. They didn't need to
Hmm.
do show series, but whatever. Keeping up hype because all the movies got staggered and pushed out further. Like the multiverse and Spider-Man should have been out last year, but they got to get pushed for COVID and everything and
Hmm.
whatnot. So I guess they were trying to do it to keep interest going. And then there was that one shot with was it All Hail the King, which was like the precursor to Shang-Chi and all the other stuff. So I'm like, okay, I can get the direct tie-in for one episode or one shot,
Yeah.
but where you have this whole string, and I get it, they're trying to bring the multiverse back in for at least for the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
But they didn't have to do three shows back to back. They could have spaced them out a little bit more. I think that
Yeah.
might have been better.
I mean, like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier told like a great story. I mean, you're
Mhm.
right. The head main villain kind of felt a little weird. Like the redhead chick, she just didn't feel like it. She didn't feel like a great villain. It felt like she was just kind of like a puppet or whatever. And then
Mhm.
I know some of the stuff that kind of came out was kind of interesting, but like WandaVision was a good one-off story, and then Loki was kind of cool how they tied it in. But like, and then they were like, Agatha's gonna have her own series, and then oh, we're doing another Loki, or we're doing another this, and I'm just like, let's tone it the fuck down. Like it's I don't know. I don't know. It's just I almost feel like it's just way too much for me to keep up with nowadays. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the DC EU is like that. At least the animated series. I mean, the animated movies are that's the best shit they put out. They need to quit doing TV shows and movies and just stick to animation because they can't get that shit right. But the animation, I mean, I not that it's great animation, but it's great stories that they've got going on. And I'm like, shit, I love it.
They tell a lot of
But
good
I'm not a
stories.
DC fan. Oh yeah,
Like I like the what do you feel about the Snyder cut? Or did you not watch it?
I watched it. I mean, it was still a shit movie. It's like they just my ideal is like they put a Subaru Boxer engine into like an 85 Rabbit, and that was the first one. And
Mm-hmm.
then like, oh, nobody liked it. All right, let's put some paint on it. Like it was like it Pimp My Ride is like what just kept coming into mind. Like this is still a shit movie. This is still stupid. Not as bad as Batman v Superman, but not much better. So I was like, eh.
I will give you Batman v Superman on one premise. The way Batman turned and was like, I will now be your best friend. Like, at what point in time does Superman, the fucking god that he is, not come down and be like, hey, I know you hate me. They want me to kill you. Can you help me go rescue my mom? Like, how hard is it to be like, hey, you want to help me rescue my mom that they've captured? Batman's like, oh, they got your mom? All right, let's go kick some ass. You know, because, like, he's a
And
fucking
she has
orphan.
the same name as mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, yeah, my mom Martha's captured. And, oh, your mom's name is Martha too? Okay, yeah, let's go save your fucking mom. Like, how hard is that? Instead of, I don't want to do this, Bruce. Like, I don't, it just, like, I think it was cool to have them fight, but the way that the fight was solved was bullshit. Like, it would have been nice to have the little teaser to be like, all right, Bruce, you really ready to do this? You know, like how they did the teaser at the end where who was faster, Flash or Superman, you know, for a brunch or whatever. Like, I thought that would have been cool to have like a little teaser at the end to be where like Bruce is like, we're going to go after it, whether you want it or not, Clark. You know, and he's like, all right, let's start. And then they cut it real quick so you can never really see it. You dribble a little bit on your shirt there. Just want to let you know.
Okay, I'll live.
Ah, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, anyways. Another topic? What do you got? No, maybe,
What else do we
yes,
got?
no.
What else is out there?
Yeah.
Um,
Whoops. I know
Shit, I
I've
was
been
talking
down.
about a basic training
Yeah.
chat a minute ago, and I forgot because it never came. Oh yeah, about church. About you said about going to church
Yep.
in during basic.
Yep.
So I was an asshole in it because I re-listened to that episode while I was waiting to go to work a couple nights ago,
Okay.
and so that's where I got the thing about the X. Like, oh shit, I totally missed that part.
Oh,
But
okay.
another thing is I didn't finish my story about church, and I was an asshole because by birth or raising or whatever, I was Catholic as I was raised growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this girl that I wanted to get it in with, and she was Baptist. So for Catholic church, we would get up regular time on Sunday morning. So we didn't get to sleep in late till 7. We got up regular time, just no PT. And
Mm-hmm.
we went straight to the DFAC, had breakfast, and then went to Catholic church. And then come back, do a little bit of cleaning, maybe like 15, 20 minutes, because by the time we get back, it was whatever. And then I'd go to the Baptist church service. And so I'd get to leave again, and I'd go get an early lunch, go to church, and then come back. And then by the time we got back, it was 30 minutes from free time. So then, because the whole day was supposed to be cleaning the barracks. The only way to get out of it is going to church.
Mm-hmm.
But they never said you could only go to one service. So I went to 2 services every Sunday. And it was probably week 7 when somebody else noticed, because the barracks I was in, there was 2 main barracks per platoon, like 2 main big rooms where everybody had like a row of bunk beds.
Mm-hmm.
But because of my last name, because of the things the way it worked out, I was in a room with Alcatraz, Snow Bunny, but I forgot his last name was with the B, so it was Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie last names in the room.
Okay.
We're in the room, and it was 1 bunk bed and a single bed, so we were on our own. So we never really saw or was around the other group because all we had to do was clean our room. So we just fuck off and hang out there by ourselves because it was easy to clean one little room.
Mm-hmm.
All we had were 3 wall lockers, 2 beds, and whenever we heard somebody walking down the hall, we'd get on our hands and knees and act like we were cleaning up or doing something.
So awesome.
But other people finally realized, wait a minute, Gaio's not here all day fucking long. What the fuck? And so then they made me choose for the last week, hey, which one am I going to? And I was like, I'm going to go to the afternoon one. to the Baptist one. Then they made me switch. No, you're going to go to Catholic. I'm like, well, shit, I got to get up early, but at least I get out there most of the day. So whatever.
Nice, nice. That's awesome, man. That's hilarious. I was just gonna be like, how did you get to go to two churches? They were pretty hardcore about that. Ah, well, I know you came up with a hairbox idea for that episode. Should we
Right.
call, what should we call this one? The sleepy time episode?
Oh, man, yeah, the nappy time not ready something, or ready for nap time.
Ready for
Ready for
nap
nap
time.
time.
All right, ready for
Yeah.
nap time. You guys got it. You heard it here first. This was a very slow paced episode. I'd blame that partially on my lack of energy from moving. I tried to move my apartment around again, and I realized it wasn't going to work out. And I'm glad that it didn't work out, because that would have been a lot of extra bullshit that I had to do within like a half-hour time frame, if that. So thank you for sticking around for the nappy time episode. I promise next maybe episode I'll be more full of energy. Gaio, thank you for being on again today, and I apologize.
No worries, man. It's always fun to come on. And like I said, in my episode where I learned all this shit, is like I really enjoy having our conversations, even when we don't record them, when we're just texting each other. Like, it's still fun. I like this friendship. So whenever you need me on, I'm here, brother.
Hell yeah. Where can we find you again?
Oh yeah. So I'm Sucias Are My Favorites, my podcast about life, relationship, and dating advice from a former intercourse addict and a widower. So it's not like I'm just making shit up about relationships. I know how to have a good relationship. Just, you can't keep them alive when they have a car accident.
No,
But
that's dark.
yeah, it is. But I'm dark as hell. Like, my sense of humor is so fucked up. Like with my wife, I would joke around and say shit like, "Oh, that you got a little cough? You DNR. You go to the doctor. We're just going to DNR you, no matter what it is." So, but in any case, so then on social media, you can find me as Cochino Chingon on Instagram, Twitter, sometimes Snapchat, but mostly on Instagram and TikTok. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you again. I know you had a question offline, and we're going to go into that stuff. So to everybody else, I love your faces. You are worth it. You deserve it. And have an amazing rest of your night. Bye now.